afternoon, good afternoon. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Here we are now. Hey, Kay, how are you doing? Everybody, what's going on? Happy Tuesday, happy afternoon. Tell you what's going on, my brother. I want to welcome everybody in, and today I want to just talk for a little bit, man. Just hanging out. You all know I like to go live at lunchtime because this is a time where people are just typically relaxing, sitting back, and they have a little bit more time on their hands. And I just want to just provide a little bit of value, a little bit of encouragement, just right around this time. So, I mean, I'm not a Netflix special. I'm not an episode of The Office. That's what me and my wife been watching here lately. Michael, what's going on, Doc? And so right now, this is more so what we can call edutainment, I guess, because we're going to make it a little bit entertaining and also it's going to be somewhat educational. But man, the message that was on my heart really today, because I was just hanging out for a little bit, and I began to think about the message that you are a transformer. You are a transformer. Bianca, welcome in. Happy afternoon. Happy Tuesday. And we've all seen the movie, right? We've seen they're driving around in the cool Transformer cars with Shia LaBeouf. And I can't remember the other characters in there. I think Melissa Fox. And they're driving around. And it's so cool because the crazy thing is we see them day in and day out. We see them as cars, right? And that's one thing I talked about a few weeks ago, how things aren't always what they appear to be, right? I had the present and I said, this is what we see, but then we don't see what's under the wrapping paper, right? So understanding the thought of a transformer, and we're talking about the car driving around, and that's what we see. But me, with typically working with student athletes and working with students at colleges and even working with different personal clients that I might have in regards to speaking and helping them facilitate that thing and facilitate their businesses. The thing I want us all to understand today is that people might view us as the car, as the vehicle, serving that one purpose to get us from point A to point B. However, they might not see us as the transformer that we are. Today, I want to remind you that you are a transformer. Adrienne, welcome in. You're a transformer. John, that's silly. Because the super dope thing about being a transformer, Erica, hey, how are you? The super dope thing about being a transformer is people see us in one regard. People see us in one perspective. People see us from one angle. If we're talking about somebody who's in college, who people see as just being a student, other people on the other side who they see as just being an athlete, are people in corporate America. People might see you as just being an employee or being a worker and serving that one specific purpose, doing that one specific task. But I want to let you know that you're a transformer today. John, how am I a transformer? Because being the thing about the movie and Transformers is we saw them as a car, but ultimately that car morphed and then it turned into a creation. The car morphed and then it served a different purpose, a more specific purpose. Some might even say a greater purpose. So how are you a transformer? I want you to understand that you're a transformer today just by understanding this first. You have more functions than you've tapped into. We all have more functions than we've tapped into, than we're currently utilizing. We all have more passions than we're currently pursuing. So first, I want you to begin to think about, well, what else could I be pursuing? What other passions have I had that have been on the back burner? What else do I desire to accomplish that I have not begun just yet? You're a transformer, right? So that's first. The second thing I want to encourage you with today is working with student athletes, the thing I love about student athletes is that they don't have a traditional resume typically. Right? A lot of students, they've had summer jobs. A lot of other students, they've had the opportunity to have a variety of internships and get other experiences because typically their sole focus is being a student and maybe even working. Right? So they have those experiences in their resume. But being student athletes, if you look at a student athlete's resume, and to the untrained eye, they're just that car. They're not the transformer. Because a student athlete might even look at their resume and say, oh, well, I played 4 years of football. I mean, we won a national championship. But what work experience can I take out of this? John, I don't know what work experience I can extract from this resume. I played 4 years, was on a championship team. Great for me. But how is this beneficial? Chelsea, welcome in. Hendrick, welcome in. The great thing about being a student athlete is playing on a team for 4 years shows that you have the ability to be consistent. Playing on a team for 4 years shows that you also have the ability to put in workouts. You have the ability to show up and do practices. You have a level of discipline that some other people might not have. You're a transformer today. Everybody, I want you all to say that. I want you to say it to yourself. Say, I'm a transformer. Right? Say, I'm a transformer. Because in the movie, going back, we see the car driving around. But ultimately, that car morphs into a different creature, into a different creation. And my coaches on here, my teachers on here, my student athletes on here, I want everybody to know that we have a lot of other passions that we have not yet pursued. We have a lot of other areas that we desire to tap into, but we haven't just done that yet. And then the question might be, well, John, why haven't I pursued those things? Why haven't I come into the realization of those passions yet? Well, the honest answer would be, you haven't come into those things because you haven't had to, right? A lot of times we come into a space and we come into a place to where we're forced to have our backs against the wall. And when our backs are against the wall, then we have to come up with solutions. When our backs are against the wall, then we have to take time and we have to reflect and say, what's the best way to get the solution to this problem? And a lot of people have had their backs against the wall now with COVID-19. A lot of people are saying, well, we're used to teaching class in a classroom. Now we're at home and I still need to teach my students and facilitate my lesson. How will I do that? Some student athletes might be used to practicing with the team, with the coach, in nice facilities, in nice weight rooms, but now their back's against the wall and people are saying, well, how can I continue to practice? How can I continue to stay fit? How can I continue to grow? And I want us to understand that now we're transforming because we have to now transform our mind and transform the way that we began to think through these things. Just like us transforming our resumes, like I was talking about student athletes, the great thing about them and the reason I really love them is because to the untrained eye, we see 4 years of playing on a team. But another transferable skill is they know how to address and approach deadlines because they understand that one, in a game, you have 4 quarters. Basketball game, you have 2 halves. So they're understanding, wow, I have to the end of this task, to the end of this half to score more points than before to make certain that we attack. Wow, this team is up by X amount of points. We're down by X amount of points. So now how can I be on top at the end of this time? So they know how to attack deadlines. They know how to be disciplined. They know how to respond to an ask. My friend, you're a transformer. And I want you really to just say that to yourself until you really get it. I'm a transformer. Because there's another version of you that we may have not seen just yet. There's another version of me that I haven't even seen yet. My wife hasn't seen yet. And I'm learning this day in and day out, especially being married. And Chelsea, I know you can attest, and all those others who are married in a relationship or in a relationship with your team. And the thing is just this: when we're forced to level up, that's when sometimes we realize, wow, that pressure helped us grow. People always say the analogy between the coal and the pressure that comes creates the diamond. Q, what's going on, my brother? So now I want you to begin to just think and begin to ask yourself, how much pressure needs to be applied for you to come into your purpose? How much pressure needs to be applied for you to identify your passion? How much pressure needs to be applied for you to tap into the next level and the next stage of yourself? Because it's so easy, like I said, and I've had this conversation with my wife many times. We've gone back and forth just discussing this, and us sitting down and talking, how easy it can be to become complacent, right? Because before I got married, me and my wife, we would go on dates here and there, right? There's a certain expectation here and there. But now in quarantine, we're both at the house. So I see you every day. We're working here every day. And then we had a conversation and we began to say, well, we should continue to incorporate date nights because we still need to take that time and still need to make us and our marriage a priority. And I'm not gonna lie, that was a stretch for me. That was a stretch because I was like, we here all the time. You know, like we're already here. Like now you got full access to me. Like we're here. And the biggest thing about that is relationships have to be nurtured. Your passions have to be nurtured. Your purpose has to be nurtured. Whatever you're desiring to grow in this time, it needs to all be nurtured. So therefore, understanding those things, my question that I have for you is, how are you continuing to nurture what you're doing right now? Like I said before, the title of this broadcast is You're a Transformer. And I want you really to own that. Because cars, we see them. They serve one purpose, getting us from one place to the next. But we've all seen the movie Transformer. Oh, no. In seeing the movie Transformer, the biggest takeaway was asking myself, as I would see cars drive on the highway, I'd say, wow, that's a car. But is it? Is it just a car? Or is it going to can it turn into something else? Can it be used for something else? So everybody, I want to just share that with you today. I want you to understand that you're a transformer. I want you to be inspired. I want you to be motivated. And I want you to know that you're loved, man. And you're a transformer. You have a greater purpose than what you think your purpose might be. We're called to serve people. We're called to love people and do that at a high level. So if anybody has any questions or anything like that, I would love for you just to comment those in the chat box, and I'd love to engage and interact with you. But I just want to share that, man, you're a transformer. So act like it. You're a superhero. So be a superhero. Continue to operate doing just that, living, leading, and moving forward. So wanted to drop that on you all right there really quick today. But I didn't really have much, man. You all know me. I like to go live at lunchtime leadership lessons. And yeah, Chelsea, I appreciate that. That is good. I appreciate that. Because, you know, sometimes somebody might see you, Chelsea might say, oh, you're just a mom, you're just a teacher, you know, whatever. And you're like, no, I used to be a great track runner. You're like, no, I'm an athlete. No, I'm a great wife. So it's just, there's so many different compartments and so many different perspectives that we can be viewed from. And there's so many different stories that we have to share. But sometimes people don't give us that because people try to box us in and say what they think we are, what they think we should be, and even doing what they think we should do. And sometimes like, nah, that's not what this is, right? So I just wanted to share that really quick. And if you want more information on me, I would encourage you all to go to jonathanjonespeaks.com. You can follow me on any social platform. Just type in Jonathan J Speaks And I would love to see how I can add value, be a resource for you or any of your organizations or anything like that.